Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this solely to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to break a law and working more hard for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of natural gas futures in different time frames. So friends, here I would like to start to analyze the net gas with a 15-minute time frame. So friends, here you can see a 15-minute time frame chart of natural gas futures. So here you can see how the natural gas futures started to move upward from the upper end of HMO cloud on August 4th when it tested a high at the US $4.206. So friends, this was the first time when the net gas tested a high at the US $4.205, and once again natural gas futures attempted this level on August 5th. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures continued to consolidate during this period but could not sustain above the levels of $4.2, and here I find that the natural gas futures found a very indecisive action on August 6 before this weekly closing. So friends, here most of the net gas traders would be eager to know that how the natural gas futures could behave during the upcoming week. So friends, here I would like to tell you that the opening levels of the natural gas futures will define the further direction moves of the natural gas futures for the upcoming weeks. So friends, here I've just attempted to draw the expected opening levels for the first trading session of the upcoming week. Here you can see that how the natural gas futures have closed the week well above an important support level at $4.118. What I've already discussed in my last videos, that how this level above the levels of $4 seems to be an important decisive level for natural gas futures. So friends, here you can see that how this level was tested on August 5th during a downward move of net gas, and once again the natural gas futures tried to take a system move below this level but could not sustain for long, and shortly the net gas found a steep reversal from here back up to the levels of the 4.191. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures look very indecisive at the closing of this week. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures have finally closed the week well above the 9 days moving average, but it is still below the HMO cloud in the 15-minute time frame. And here you can see the most important is the formation of a bearish crossover in a 15-minute time frame, which could keep natural gas futures in some pressure. But here I find that the natural gas futures could start the upcoming week with two possibilities, and the first one will be a gap up opening. And here I find that if the natural gas futures start the upcoming week well above the levels of the 4.178 with a gap up opening on the first trading session of the upcoming week, we'll see the natural gas futures could try to sustain above the levels of the 4.215 on the first trading session. And here I find that if the natural gas futures sustain this level on the first trading session of the upcoming week, we'll see this uptrend to continue. But on the other hand, if the natural gas futures start the upcoming week well below the important supporting level at $4.118 with a gap down opening on the first trading session of the upcoming week, we'll see the natural gas futures could remain under bearish pressure and could try to sustain well below the levels of $4.080. Here I find that a system move below this level could push the natural gas futures to test the levels of $3.886 during the upcoming week. So friends, now let us check this move in a weekly time frame. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures have been constantly maintaining the current uptrend from the levels of $2.462 what it tested on April 5th 2021, and since then the natural gas futures have been constantly moving upward and finally have tested the levels of the 4.2. So friends, here I would like to show you that how the natural gas futures could remain very volatile amid this zone, as I have already discussed that the natural gas futures have been repeating the moves what we have seen during the year 2018 And here you can see that how the natural gas futures behaved in November 2018, well above the levels of $4. The natural gas futures remained very volatile during the year 2018, but tested a peak at the levels of 4.936 during the month of November 2018, but remained under selling pressure below the levels of 4.6 during that year. So once again, the natural gas futures have entered in this bullish territory here during the last week, but during the last week we have seen this rally to continue when the natural gas futures started the week from the levels of 3.908 and tested a high at the levels of 4.2. So friends, here you can see that how this rally seems to be a decisive rally, because here you can see that how the natural gas futures started to move upward from the levels of 2.4 and tested a high at the levels of 3.4. So this was a $1 move. Once again, you can see that the natural gas futures have sustained above the levels of 3.4 during the month of June and finally found a breakout here during the month of July when the natural gas futures entered in this bullish territory. So here I find that once again we could find a $1 move from the levels of 3.435 to 4.4. So friends, here in a weekly time frame, I find that the natural gas futures could find an immediate resistance at the levels of 4.229, and the immediate support is at the levels of 4.066. So friends, here I find that shortly we'll see the natural gas futures could try to sustain above the levels of 4.276. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures find a system move well above the levels of 4.276 during the upcoming week, we'll see the natural gas futures could hit this target within next week. So friends, here I find that a system move of natural gas futures well above the levels of 4.431 could propel this uptrend in natural gas futures, where the natural gas futures could try to sustain well above the levels of 4.6 during the upcoming weeks. So friends, here I would like to tell you that the hurricane season could ramp up once again during the mid of August and could continue up to mid-September, which could fuel this current rally in natural gas amid extreme volatility in this zone. This rally could continue. Meteorologists are monitoring three tropical waves over the Atlantic that are exhibiting some low-ended potential for development, but they may just mark the start of what looks to be a jam-packed peak season ahead. Undoubtedly, Atlantic hurricane season starts in May and June. Tropical storminess shut down in mid-July, but science points to a dramatical ramp-up in activities in the next 2 weeks, with a number of named storms likely to develop in August and an increasing potential for US impacts. So friends, here I find that this tropical change could propel this rally to test new highs amid this zone during the upcoming weeks. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.